Lately, I've been feeling a little creatively blocked, which is really annoying. You know when you really want to create something, but every idea just feels a little bit boring? So I thought, rather than sitting at my desk trying to force it, that I should go on a little walk and see what catches my eye. And of course, I'm going to bring you guys along with me. When I got home, I wanted to capture the feeling before I lost it. I was feeling really rusty when I first started sketching here, but I just thought, you know what, nothing needs to be perfect. I can just do some goofy little doodles and see if any ideas stick. I think that's something I've been missing recently, when every drawing feels like it has to become a product or a finished illustration. It's really easy to stop experimenting. I drew this tiny world inspired by everything that I'd seen on my walk today. A little Polly pocket filled with flowers, bugs, and a winding stream. Nothing too polished, just getting shapes and ideas onto the page. I've wanted to draw a Polly Pocket for a while now, so this felt like the perfect opportunity. I've actually switched from my Moleskine sketchbook to this Talons sketchbook, and I'm honestly enjoying it so much more. I feel like this paper handles markers and other mixed media so much better than the Moleskine does. I use my sketchbook to just play with different materials, and it's almost a bit like a visual notebook in a way. I sort of jot my ideas down in there, but I was feeling quite restricted with the different materials that I could use. So making the switch to this one has made the whole sketchbook experience much more smooth and enjoyable. It's funny really, I went out today thinking that I'd come back with the perfect idea, but that's not really what happened. I just gave myself permission to slow down, to notice things, and to just create without worrying if it was going to be good enough. So as you can see, I've finished up the sketch. I'm really happy with how it's looking. It's incredibly rough, but I kind of wanted to keep it that way so that I could be a bit looser and more painterly with this piece. So let's see if that makes a bit of a difference, because sometimes my sketches I feel can be a bit too precise, and I want to inject a bit more energy and personality into my work and have it look, I guess, a little bit more traditional really. So my next steps are, I've set this to multiply the sketch, and that way when I add a layer underneath, say for example, even if it's the same colour, oops, let's turn that, even if it's the same colour, you'll be able to still see the sketch, and then I can just switch it on and off. So yeah, I'm gonna lower the opacity though, like that, and let's see what we come up with now. When I'm drawing, a lot of the time I need to listen to some music, so I'm also gonna plug in. It's been a long time since I've drawn my Monty Mouse character, and originally he had this colour jumper. Now the issue is I kind of want a bit of a mossy grass look, so it's going to clash. So I'm thinking for him to stand out a lot on the illustration with a very busy background, I'm wanting to use kind of like lighter colours for him so he really pops. So maybe a more buttery yellow, pastel yellow jumper could work. I am going to be going in and adding colour variation to this grass after. I am just laying out my flat colours now, but I think this could work. You may have also seen that I went in and duplicated this brush. I've adjusted the hue, saturation and lightness just by like 1% or 2, and that way when I'm drawing and lift up my brush again and place it back down, it has a slight colour variation that kind of mimics traditional media a little bit more. And I can always go in and kind of scribble. I think sometimes digital drawings can be a bit too predictable, and the thing I really like about traditional media is how unpredictable it can be. You can slip a little bit and create these imperfections that I think give the illustration so much life. When you're working with traditional media, there'll always be some kind of colour variation, whether that be because you've dipped your paintbrush into the palette and it's not quite mixed thoroughly, or even just how the light could hit the paint and reflect if you're, I don't know, using acrylic paints or inks. Just that look of imperfection I really, really enjoy, and I'm wanting to inject that more and more into my work. If I ever introduce another colour, for example this darker red here, I like to tie it in a little bit into other areas of the illustration. So I'm just going to see if I can just add a little defining line here. I think this might help, just to tie it in ever so subtly. Otherwise things look a little bit jarring if it's the only instance of that colour. So right now down the bottom I've got this green lily pad, and I quite like that green there. I think it's a really nice pop of colour, but I need to put it in the illustration elsewhere, so it might be some definition on the leaves and things like that. I could also tie it in onto the dragonfly just to dot it around places. It can also work really well to just include a colour once if you want it to be the focal point of an illustration, because your eyes will immediately go to it. But the focal point of this illustration is not this lily pad, so I'm going to try and implement it elsewhere. At the beginning of this video, I knew that I wanted to draw something, but I had no idea what. I am so glad that I decided to go on that walk and be inspired by everything around me. And at the end of this video, I've managed to create a sticker, which is lovingly placed on the front of my new sketchbook. I'm not saying that a new sketchbook can solve all of your problems, but sometimes it does help. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.